Hello, this is Spidey1958, and welcome to my Pathfinder Kingmaker core classes, tips and options. And this episode, we're going to do the Inquisitor. The Inquisitor is basically sort of a cleric, sort of a fighter, sort of a punisher. Let's give the official description here. Inquisitors tend to move from place to place, chasing down enemies and researching emerging threats. As a result, they often travel with others if for no other reason than to mask their presence. Inquisitors work with members of their faith whenever possible, but even such allies are not above suspicion. So, let's go over the basic class version. They get a domain selection. It has a lot less effect than cleric domains, but it does have some effects. They get deity selection, so they have to select a god, just like clerics and paladins. They're proficient with all simple weapons, plus the longbow, short bow, and the favored weapon of their deity. They also are proficient with light armor, medium armor, and shields. They do not get heavy armor, but they do get medium. Basically they're called orisons, but they're basically the same as cantrips. So they may use them again and again and again. Okay, so at first level, you get your stern gaze. Inquisitors are skilled at sensing deception and intimidating their foes. An Inquisitor receives a morale bonus on all persuasion checks made for intimidating checks and perception checks equal to half their level. They also gain judgment. Starting at first level, an Inquisitor can pronounce judgment on the foes as a swift action. Starting with when the judgment is made, the Inquisitor receives a bonus or special ability based on the type of judgment made. At first level, an Inquisitor can use this ability once per day. At fourth level, and every 3 levels thereafter, they can use their ability 1 additional time per day. Once activated, this ability lasts until combat ends, at which point all the bonuses end immediately. When the Inquisitor uses this ability, she must select one type of judgment to make as a swift action. She can change this judgment. As a swift action, she can change this judgment to another type. Some examples of judgments would be fast healing or a plus to hit, plus to damage, stuff like that. Okay, second level. They get cunning initiative. They basically add their wisdom modifier and initiative checks in addition to their dex modifier. So they get a little bit faster in doing stuff. At third level, they get solo tactics. All of the Inquisitor allies are treated as if they possess the same teamwork feats as the Inquisitor for purposes of determining whether the Inquisitor receives a bonus from teamwork feats. Her allies do not receive any bonus from the feats unless they actually possess the feats themselves. The allies' positioning and actions must still meet the prerequisites listed in the teamwork feat for the Inquisitor to receive bonus. So if an Inquisitor takes, say, the team feat precise damage, as long as even if none of her teammates had precise damage, which normally means she wouldn't get the bonus, she would get the bonus as long as they qualify to be flanking or whatever the requirements of the feat is. They also at third level and every 3 levels thereafter gain a bonus feat in addition to those gained from normal advantage. These bonus feats must be selected from those listed in teamwork feats. The Inquisitor must meet the prerequisites of the selected bonus feat. So they basically get free team feats to begin with. So they're a great team player in some ways. At 4th level, they get another judgment. And at 5th level, they get Bane. And the Inquisitor can imbue one of her weapons with Bane weapon special ability as a swift action. The Bane weapon excels against certain foes. Against the designated foe, the weapon's enhanced enhancement bonus is +2 better than its actual bonus. It also deals an additional 2d6 points of damage against such foes. The ability only functions when the Inquisitioner wields the weapon. If dropped or taken, the weapon resumes, granting the ability if it's returned to the Inquisitioner before the duration expires. The ability lasts for a number of rounds per day equal to the Inquisitioner's level. These rounds do not need to be consecutive. Then they get another team feat at 6. They get another judgment at 7. At 8th level, whenever an Inquisitioner uses her judgment ability, she selects 2 different judgments instead of 1. This only consumes 1 use of the judgment ability. As a swift action, she can change one of these judgments to another type. So she could have, say, fast healing and plus to hit were judgments. She could use both at the same time. At 9th, they get another team feat. At 10th, they get another judgment. At 11th, they get Starward. I can't say that. Starward. I cannot pronounce words. At 11th level, an Inquisitioner can use mental and physical... Oh boy, another word I have. Resistance to avoid certain attacks. If they make a fortitude or will save throw against an attack that has a reduced effect on the successful save, she instead avoids the effect entirely. This ability can only be used if the Inquisition is wearing light armor, medium armor, or no armor. So basically, it's sort of like the dodge for thieves, except it only affects things, instead of being reflex save based, it's fortitude or will save based. So teamwork feat again, another judgment, another teamwork, another judgment, and third judgment. At 16th level, whenever an Inquisitioner uses her judgment ability, she selects 3 different judgments instead of just 2. This only consumes 1 use of their judgment ability. As a swift action, the Inquisitioner can change one of these judgments to another type. Then they get another teamwork feat, and they get their last judgment, and they don't have a 20th level special feat, unlike some of the other classes. So that makes them a little less of a detriment to multi-class. Because one of the disadvantages of a lot of the multi-classes, you don't get the special, usually very awesome 20th level ability. So that is the basic Inquisitioner. Now we go to the Monster Tactician. They basically get same domain, same deity, same proficiencies, same RIs, but they also get Summon Monster. Starting at 1st level, a Monster Tactician can cast Summon Monster 1 as a spell-like ability a number of times per day equal to 3 plus their Wisdom modifier. She can cast the spell as a standard action, and the creatures remain for 1 minute per level instead of 1 round per level. So this is another version of a summoner that could be really neat to play. At 3rd level and every 2 Inquisitioner levels thereafter, the power of this ability increases by 1 spell level, allowing her to summon more powerful creatures to a maximum of Summon Monster 9 at 17th level. A Monster Tactician cannot have more than 1 Summon Monster spell active in this way at a time. If she uses another, any existing Summon Monster immediately ends. So at 1st level they get Stern Gaze, just like before. But instead of their judgments, they get the Summon Monsters. So they get Summon Monster 1, where they get the Murder Dog, as I call it. At 2nd level, they get the Cunning Intuition, just like before. At 3rd level, they get another Summon Monster 2. They get the Solo Tactics and the Team Feats. 4th level, they get nothing. 5th level, they get Bane again, Monster Summon 3, Summon Tactics. At 5th level, every time a Monster Tactician casts a summoning spell, our creatures summoned by this feat are treated as if they knew all the Monster Tactician's teamwork feats. So any feats she has for teamwork, they gain, which is really, really good. So, I mean, if you want a summoner base, this is a neat summoner base. At 6, you get teamwork. At 7th, you get Monster Summoning 4. And how often do you get to summon monsters? Cast a spell, a standard action, da 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 da. 3 plus wisdom modifier. So it never goes up. It's always just 3 plus your wisdom modifier. Which means probably 6 to 7 times for most clerics, maybe 8 as you go up levels. Or for most Inquisitioners. Okay, 9th level, you get Monster Summon 5, another team feat. At 11th level, you get Monster Summon 6, and you get that thing. 12th, you get Teamwork. At 13th, you get Monster Summoning 7. Nothing there. Teamwork. Monster Summoning 8. That's at 15th. Didn't they say at 17th level you get Monster Summoning 9? So they left that out. You get another Monster Summoning 9 here. Sometimes these charts aren't complete, so. And you get a team feat, and then at 19th level you get Judgment. So you finally get Judgment, but way down here at 19th level. Okay, next you have Tactical Leader. Tactical Leader gets basically the same domain deity selection, proficiencies, orisons, judgment, but they get leader words. Tactical leaders are skilled at speaking soothing words that keep the peace and bolster allies' resolve. A tactical leader receives a morale bonus on all diplomacy checks equal to half their level. So they're master diplomats. Second, they get the normal cunning inspiration. They get swift at 3rd, 9th, and 18th. They gain a teamwork feat as a bonus feat. They must meet the prerequisites for this feat as a standard action. The technical leader can grant these feats to all allies within 30 feet who can see or hear them. Allies retain the use of these bonus feats for 3 rounds plus 1 round for every 2 Inquisitioner levels the tactical leader has. Allies do not need to meet the prerequisites of these bonus feats. The tactical leader can use this ability once per day at 3rd level plus 1 additional time per day at 6th, 9th, 15th, and 18th. At 12th, a tactical leader can use the tactical ability as a swift action. So then they get a teamwork feat. Now they get less teamwork feats because theirs are so powerful. And that. But then at 5th, they get their Bane. 7th, they get another Judgment. Here they get their 2nd Judgment. Here they get another team feat. Here they get another Judgment. Here they get their Stalwart. I'm getting close to it. At 12th, they get Swift Tactician, where they can use the tactical ability as a swift action. Then they get another Judgment. 14th, they get Battle Aquam. At 14th level, a tactical leader can grant his judgment benefits to a single other ally within 30 feet who can see and hear the tactical leader as a standard action. These benefits last for 1 minute. A tactical leader can use this ability a number of times per day equal to their wisdom modifier minimum of 1. So basically they get to give their judgment bonuses. And then at 16th, they get their 3rd Judgment and another Judgment. They get another team feat, and then at 19th, they get their last Judgment. So next we have the Sacred Huntsman. They create a strong bond with animal companion, and they hunt and punish threats to faith as an awe-inspiring duo. When they work together as one, there are few that dare to stand in their way. So again, they get the standard domain, deity, proficiencies, orisons. They get stern gaze, and they get an animal companion at 1st level. You will notice that they don't have judgments. So they lose their judgments for the animal companion. So at second, they get cunning intuition like before. Third, they get solo tactics. And they get their first teamwork feat. And they get hunter tactics. A sacred huntsman automatically grants their teamwork feats to their animal companion. This companion does not need to meet the prerequisites of these teamwork feats. Then they get Bane at 5th level. And favored enemy like a ranger. So they get a +2 bonus on weapon attack and damage rolls against their favored enemy. And at 5th level, every 5 levels thereafter, they select an additional favored enemy. The bonus against one favored enemy, including the one just selected, is so that die increases by +2. If the ranger chooses humanoids or outsiders as a favored enemy, he must also choose an associate subtype, as indicated on the table below, which there's no table below, but that's basically straight out of the books. So 6th, they get another team feat. 7th and 8th, they don't get anything. 9, they get another team feat. 10th, they get another favored enemy. And they get another favored enemy track. So they can basically have another one. This one's basically, I assume, starts at a lower plus, but they can have more favored enemies that way. 11th, they get their stalwart. 12th, they get teamwork feat. 15th, they get teamwork feat. Favored enemy, favored enemy. 18th, they get teamwork feat. 19th, they get judgment, which is their only judgment. And then at 20th, they get favored enemy and favored enemy. So let's go ahead and build a standard Inquisitor so we can see some of the spells and feats and stuff like that. So first of all, we want to choose a god. Well, let's choose something weird. Yeah, let's go with Nethys. Boop. And then we get a domain. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and take magic domain. So that basically gives them the ability to, they can cause their melee weapon to fly from their grasp and strike a foe, instantly returning. And then they get Dispelling Touch at 8th level. Could have also taken animal domain, which would have gave them a pet later, but okay, so their prime stat is wisdom. So we are going to give them, actually we don't want this yet. I guess we do. Okay. And they're going to be meleeers, so let's give them a little strength. And that only leaves us 3 points. So let's put some in there, and we'll put 1 in there. And you'll notice that every single skill appears to be a class skill for them. And they get 4 points. I didn't realize that, but it can be useful. So let's see, we want 1 in religion, 1 in persuasion, 1 in perception. Wow, that's a good perception. And let's give them 1 in nature lore. So next, now we get their normal feats. There's no reason to take armor proficiency because some of their abilities can't work in heavy armor. You always have the option of combat casting for a caster, but I think for this one, we're not going to worry. Well, maybe we will. We'll go ahead and give them combat casting. Boom. We can give them power attack, but we'll give them toughness. Okay. Now they get 0 and first level Aurons. So this is the first. So these are the 0 ones. So they get Daze, Resistance, Light, Acid Splash, Disrupt Undead, Virtue, and Guidance. You'll notice that they get Acid Splash. So they actually have a ranged 0 level attack. Now first level spells. They can get Bane, Bless, Cause Fear, Light, Cure Light, Divine Favor, Doom, Ear-Piercing Scream, Expeditious Retreat, Haze of Darkness, Inflict Wounds, Protection Alignment, Remove Fear, Shield of Self, Stunning Barrier, and True Strike. So we're going to give them Cure Light so they have some curing. And let's go ahead and give them Shield of Faith. They're going to be in melee. They can only wear medium armor. That will at least give them +2 deflection bonus with an additional +1 for every 6 levels you have. So a max of +5. So next, going to make them neutral good, confident. And we will call them Inga. And that is a basic. So here we can see some of their judgments. So they get Judgment, Destruction, Healing, Justice, Piercing, Protection, Purity, Resistance, Resility, Magic, and Smiting. Unfortunately, it doesn't actually let us see what those skills are, but that at least gives you an idea. So, as always, if you enjoyed this episode, go ahead and give me a like or a comment. And if you disliked the episode, leaving me a dislike's fine, but please leave a comment saying why you disliked the episode. As always, this is Spidey1958, and have fun gaming.